In this video, we are going to start writing our first Python program. So go ahead and start the IDE. Now, since we are not going to work with the shell, click on File, New File. You can close the shell. Now, what I want you to do is to go ahead and type these two lines of code. Temp is equal to eval input double quotation mark, enter the temperature in Celsius, colon, double quotation mark, double close brackets. Then the next line, print, open bracket, quotation mark, in Fahrenheit, comma, that is, double quotation mark, comma, and then 9/5, 9/5 times temp plus 32, close bracket. Now, before we test the program, let's just dissect these two lines of code and see what exactly is happening. Here we have temp, which because it's on the left, it's going to be a variable, and then you have the equal sign. The right hand side has two predefined functions in Python. One is called eval and the other one is input. What exactly input does is going to ask the user for an input to enter. Now, this double quotation mark which says enter the temperature in Celsius, this is going to be the text which is going to appear on the screen. So the user sees this text which says enter the temperature in Celsius, and he knows that he has to enter a temperature, a value, a number which represents the temperature in Celsius. The eval is going to evaluate this command here, and it's going to convert it to a number which is going to be assigned to the variable temp. The next line is going to have another predefined function called print, which is going to display something on the screen. Now the print gets a few arguments here, and the reason that we say a couple of arguments here is because of the comma here. Now, when the print is executed, it's going to print the text in Fahrenheit, comma, that is. That's going to be a piece of text which is going to be shown on the screen. And then the next value is going to be the operation 9 divided by 5, then multiplied by temp. Temp is the variable which got the temperature in Celsius. And then it's going to multiply that number that the user enters by 9 and then divide by 5 and then add 32 to it. Now, one thing you have to remember is that the interesting part about the print command is that whenever there are more than one argument, the print command automatically puts or separates the outputs with a blank character, a white space. So this really is going to display in Fahrenheit, comma, that is, then space, then this, the value of this expression here. So now to see, what exactly the program does, and then run module, or the short key is F5. If you click on this one, it says, you have to save the file because this is a new file. Let's say OK. Let's call it example1, and then click save. You can see that this text here is the result of this input command here. Now whatever I enter is going to be converted to a number, and it's going to be assigned to the variable temperature. So if I say 10, then 10 that I entered here is going to be multiplied by 9 divided by 5, then added to 32, and then the print command is going to print in Fahrenheit, that is, which is the same one here, and then you can see that there is a space here between. And the reason the space is here is because the print command, whenever it has more than one parameter, it will add a space between the parameters. So you don't need to put a space after is here. So this is the first simple code that we wrote in Python. Now go ahead and modify the previous code that you wrote to reflect the following changes. Temp is equal to eval input quotation mark enter a temperature in Celsius colon double quotation mark and double close bracket, which is exactly the same as before, but now we are changing the output. We are having temp first, comma, degrees Celsius is, close quotation mark, then the expression again, the same expression, comma, degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's see what will happen now. If I hit F5 again, and I hit save, now let's look what is happening here. The first line of code is asking the user to enter a temperature in Celsius. Let's say I enter 10 now, the same way. But if you look at the print now, the print command is different. It's going to instruct the program to first display the value of temp. Temp was currently the temperature entered, which is 10, which appears here. Because I have a comma here, so this means the next argument is going to be separated with a space automatically. So you can see that there is a space here. Then it's going to display the string the way it is, so degrees Celsius is. Again, because there is a comma, so this means this is the third argument, so there is going to be a space after is, which is here. And then it's going to evaluate the expression, and we know previously when we entered 10 we got the value 50, so this is replaced with the result which is 50, which is here. And then again, because it's another argument after it, automatically a space is added, and then it's going to display the string the way it is, degrees Fahrenheit, degrees Fahrenheit. So this way you can play with the output exactly the way you want it.